Padel. We've all fallen in love with this sport. Last year, I set myself a goal to break into the top 1000. I tried to do it on my own, but when April came and my deadline arrived, I fell short. That's when I realized something. This dream wasn't going to happen without a professional team and without training alongside players chasing the same goals. So I started searching for the best academies in the world, and I found it. Vest Padel Academy, a place where every detail matters, from elite coaching and physical preparation to sport psychology,
from neutral to supination,
and biomechanical approach designed to optimize every moment on the court.
Bien tú, Rafael, tío. Muy bien ahí.
This is the start of a new chapter.
What's up YouTube? Today we are in Valencia. We're going to train with the Vest Padel Academy. We will be training once a week with them, and in between we will be playing together. Let's see how it goes after 2 months.
Week 1, let's go!
In the morning,
sigue.
I wake up feeling no pain. Long stretches. Get to remember.
Tienes una forma totalmente distinta de lanzar a ella.
Let's go with this first session. You gotta know that when you arrive at Vest, they're going to assess your level and also check your biomechanical way of doing your paddle shots. So here, Javier is telling me that my preparation is a bit similar to his and very different to Julie's preparation on the Viboras. He's telling me that I'm hitting with the elbow very low and I'm generating the power by rotating the shoulder behind. But what they want at the academy is for me to do the movement generating the power with the extension of the elbow.
Pero empieza a jugar con esto. Lo que te digo, no cambies totalmente aquí, porque tú apuntando así con la punta de la pala estás cómodo. Pero vamos a jugar con esto, que yo lanzo igual que tú. O sea, que te puedo enseñar, esta es en mi Vibora, o sea que... Quiero que estés aquí y juegues con esto, sin que te caiga. Te pasa, buscando potencia, te pasa que se te empiezan a ir altas. Vas muy bajo de codo, entonces mantén el codo y juega con esto. Y de aquí, acuérdate, lanza directamente a la bola. La idea es intentar lanzar directamente a la bola. Estoy aquí, directo a la bola.
So I had the tendency of jumping to do my Vibora, but here he wanted to check how I do it without jumping, and you can see it on the previous clips that it was not very good, and it's because of the footwork. So here he is explaining that my footwork on the right side would work because I would have the shoulder facing cross court, but on the left side I need to adjust better and keep the stance more closed. Look here, on this side you are launching much better, because here your footwork makes sense. Here it makes sense to open more the foot. Now all of a sudden everything is much better. We have to try to translate this form of opening the leg from the right side to the left side. Let's try on the left side without focusing on the hand. Now you cannot open that much when you're playing on this side. You cannot open that much here. You need to stay more stable here. And here I'm loathing because I just realized that it's very obvious that my footwork should stay more closed when I play on the left side, and I don't know why I didn't understood it by myself before.
Y un poquito más bajo, voy. Bien. Una más. Bien, a mí me gusta más. Recogemos. Te cuesta bajar ahí. Tienes que mantenerte bajo.
I'm proud to announce you that we finally tackled down the biggest error I was doing since the beginning I started Padel, which was preparing too wide on the volleys. And with Javi, we finally found a solution. He explained to me that On the volleys, you need to push. It's not a circular motion, I thought, like before. That's why I had the racket too far away from my body, and which was preventing me playing with the legs. Forget about what you think a volley is. This is very different. Padel volleys are different, and this is the right technique. For half an hour, we did a very nice exercise, which was to go off the wall with a hard shot to the body, and then stepping forward in front of the line and do a transition volley. On this ball, you don't have time to prepare behind. If you prepare behind, you are dead. And so for this one, you need to play everything with the legs. But it's what I needed to level up. And I know from this class that my level has improved so much just because of this. This was my biggest weakness, and now I'm done with it.
Oh, run. No. Esa es la mía. Muy bien. ¿Qué quiero que entiendas? Por lo que me has comentado de la empuñadura. La empuñadura, ¿vale? No todo el mundo está cómodo con una continental, que es lo que enseña todo el mundo. Aquí enseñamos. Yo ya te he visto, tú eres pronadora. ¿Sabes lo que es la pronación y supinación? Vale, pues tú eres pronadora, tú estás cómoda con las pronaciones.
We started this analysis with the foundation of my game. My grip is a forehand grip. I knew that, but I recently was trying to play with a continental grip, but Javier told me that I shouldn't try to change it, instead learn how to properly use it. My forehand grip is closely linked to the fact that I'm a pronator, meaning that pronation is the most natural movement pattern for me. That was a huge revelation for me, as it helps me understand why paddle shots that involve more supination are more difficult for me to learn. We start with the ball off the glass. The first thing we work on was my position. To improve the quality of my shot, I need to stay lower, keep my legs wider apart, and stay on the tip of my toes.
Primero lanzar plano y en el momento de impacto de la bola vamos a intentar abrir.
Here you can see how my front leg is stuck.
Rota la cadera. Prueba a rotar. Prueba otra vez. Eso es. Quiero que cuando... Sí, muy bien. Con la pierna de atrás empujas. La pierna de adelante la usas para pivotar. ¿Vale? Sigue. Buena. Sigue, sigue. Y última. Ok. Hemos hablado, diferencia de las bolas que te estaba tirando. Esto no es una bola baja.
Once it became more natural, we started talking about something I had been misunderstanding for a long time: the height of the ball after the glass. Javier explained that this ball was actually neutral, not low. That means I have several options available. Here is explaining how to open the racket face correctly. The racket needs to open, but never by bending the wrist. If you use the wrist to open the racket face, the ball will float and you will lose control of the shot. Instead, the movement should come from the forearm.
Venga. Muy buena.
Si es que muchas veces dentro de la misma marca, en cada modelo te va cambiando.
Okay guys, I just bought new shoes, the Roger Pro Fire, and they look very good. Mine were a bit tight on the big toe, so it was hurting me when I was playing. I couldn't play too long with it, so hopefully this one goes perfectly.
Step out of the shadows, into the fire. Don't be afraid. You just gotta be fearless. You just gotta be fearless.
Yo, we just received the new bags from Urich. They look great. Yeah, they're not too big. They look very nice. Damn. And the quality, yeah, look how thick this is. Like, so much cushion. And you have like the small details there. Looks very good.
And the good one?
Yeah, for the girls, you have the like the single one. This one is crazy. I like it. If I didn't have that much stuff to bring with me every time, I would be bringing only this, I think. Yeah, this one is nice. We have also a few more rackets to try. I like this one. This one is fire, absolutely. Next week, we try it. Let's go.
Okay, so for breakfast I have 3 eggs and 1 slice of sourdough bread, which is homemade, and I'm going to take all my vitamins with this supplement, which is Dr. Okinawa. It's a little pouch with all the vitamins, but also collagen, probiotic and prebiotics, which is very helpful for digestion, for immunity and recovery. I'm going to mix it inside my little bottle just here. And that's it, all your body needs is inside this pouch, and I'm going to drink it.
Press the backs of our hands together. It's still wet, so the ink should transfer. Meet me at the side door. We'll sneak onto the main floor.
You remember when you were playing with the Adidas Metal Bond control? This one is very similar to this one. And it has same control and same help at the moment of hitting the ball. You see that it's reactive. When you hit overhead shot, it's going to react a bit more and help you. On this one, you're gonna have less help, it's harder. So it's like more like the Metal Bond hard, 3.4 hard is very similar, and they have almost the same color, which is funny. Guys, we are here for day 2 at the academy, so we are 1 week later, and behind me you see professional, because they are going to go for the Castellon FIP in a few days. They will be playing, so that's why you see all the players behind me. They're like top 100 in the world, and they are training at the same spot where we are.
Quiero que empieces a pensar mucho en la preparación. Tu antebrazo no quiero ni que esté pronado, ¿vale? Ni que esté pronado, ni que esté supinado. Vamos a intentar mantenerlo neutro. Y vas a intentar primero que haya un empuje y luego irte hacia una supinación.
Second session at the academy with Javier again. We're going to work on the technique of the Vibora. We only had 45 minutes. On the first day we spent maybe 15 minutes on the Vibora. We've seen that we had many things to fix. and now it's the time to work on it. So we worked a bit on the footwork, and now we want to focus more on the hand, the movement of the hand, the extension of the elbow, and fixing the wrist problem. So here he is explaining that when I'm launching the ball, I have the wrist already twisted, which is not very good. They at the academy recommend to play with a neutral position when you prepare for the wrist, which requires less tension, which helps you play longer without injury. And also it's a good way of having more stability on the shot and also improve your power and consistency, because if you prepare all the time the same way, it's going to be much better. So we're going to work on a progression. I'm going to show you the progression that we did, and I keep it in the video because it's for me one of the best things I've done, and I want to keep it for myself to be able to rewatch it because it helped me a lot, and you're gonna see that the Vibora at the end it's much better.
El de hacia abajo está claro. O estás pronando o estás muñequeando hacia abajo, pero suele ser que vienes de una pronación. El que va hacia arriba, estás supinando muy pronto. Si yo abro muy pronto, además abro de muñeca, la bola me va hacia arriba. Entonces tenemos que conseguir, cuando golpees los aéreos, que tener ese timing de la bola cuando la lanzas recta por el medio. ¿Vale?
Prepare and you catch it. Once you caught it, I want you to look at your arm before hitting. You're going to be here, look at your wrist, and check its angle. Try going back to neutral, and once it's neutral, you toss it and you hit. Alright, I show you one. It will be, I send you the ball, you catch it, you look at your wrist, and you hit and come back to position.
Voy. Vale, corrígelo. Ponte neutro, donde tú creas, y lo vamos viendo. Y lanza. Vale, y vuelve. Voy.
You see, here is the perfect example of why it's so hard to learn paddle by yourself. There's almost a 90-degree difference between the neutral position in my head and the neutral position in real life.
Aquí ahora mismo, con estas condiciones, no te hace falta hacer microajustes al final para golpear. Como estamos lanzando con potencia, tienes que ser muy preciso con los pies. Hacemos 10 bolas más aquí. Y ahora intenta golpear un poquito más alto. Ya. Venga. Vuelve a golpear un poquito más alto. Golpea más bajo ahora. Sigue. No te emociones. Venga. O sea, aquí el concepto no es tanto en mejor o peor, es un buen jugador tiene que tener muchas opciones.
We also worked on changing the speed of the Vibora because depending on where the ball is and my positioning, I need to change the speed, and also I need to change the effect of the ball. So he told me a good player is a player who knows how to change the speed, but for that I need to be very precise with the footwork, and that's what we highlighted on the first session.
Tienes que conectar cadena inferior y la de arriba. Una vez las conectes y ya hagas la cadena completa, ya podrás elegir cuando quieras saltar o no saltar. O sea, no quiero que estés neutro, quiero que pasa la cabeza por encima del hombro, mirando.
Another golden tip from Javier, he's explaining that because I'm right eye dominant, I have the tendency of opening the left leg, turning my body before hitting because I cannot see the ball else. So he suggested that I turn my head instead and pass it above my shoulder on the preparation, so I can keep my body directed towards the corner while keeping the ball in my vision.
Ok. Bien. Bien.
When you had it further away from the body, you could hit hard. But remember, the closer the ball is to your body, the more you need to raise your elbow. If we raise the elbow is the one launching, so the more you extend it, the more you sacrifice the power. So now we are going to play slower balls, focus on hitting high and closer to your body. Play whatever angle you want, but slow.
Buena bola. Llevarla donde, si quiero lanzar un poquito más lejos, necesito esta. En muchas querías lanzar lejos, pero la tenías aquí.
This one is absolutely a bomb. He told me that I need to put my left hand where I want to play. If I want to have more depth, I'm going to lower my hand because I'm going to hit lower. This seems quite obvious, but I have never seen anybody talk about that. Yet I feel like it's very important.
Hoy nos vamos a enfocar puramente en el antebrazo, ¿vale? Entonces, acuérdate, quiero que estés muy cómoda. Prepara de revés, ¿vale? Primero no teniendo tensión en la muñeca, ¿vale? Estando ahí relajada, empujando y vamos a intentar empezar a supinar de revés. Entonces, quiero que la supinación que no venga activando la muñeca, sino que venga, que sea una rotación desde neutro hacia una supinación.
Now I'm learning how to add topspin to my backhand. I need to hit in 2 steps. First, a neutral push, then a supination. Everything needs to be coordinated with the body. Staying low on my legs, pushing neutral, then either standing up while turning the hip or standing up without turning the hip.
2 o 3 bolas a 2 manos, para verlo. Uno más. De revés hay que usarlo. está muy bien.
I told Javier that I was comfortable hitting two-handed and that it was a confident shot for me and like the one-handed backhand. From there, he told me to use it to learn a proper one-handed backhand. He said it was really good because with 2 hands I rotate well with my shoulder, whereas with 1 hand I completely lose the stability of my upper body while hitting. So the idea was to play one shot with 2 hands and one with 1 hand to feel the better body position and try to reproduce the same feeling with 1 hand.
Sigue. Venga, un pelín retrasada ahí. Otra. Sigue, muy bien. El a 2 manos lo vas a usar como si fuera tu pistola y el a 1 mano va a ser tu cuchillo.
I was confused about when to use my two-handed backhand. He told me to imagine it as if the two-handed backhand was my pistol and the one-handed backhand was my knife. With my pistol, I can hit hard balls to the body, to go to the net or create pressure, while my knife is my defensive shot.
Y bola que me da espacio y me deja armar, me voy a meter con 2 para hacer un poquito más de daño.
Alright guys, so we just finished the second day of training. We only did 45 minutes each of private training. I think next week or something like that they're going to put us in groups so we can play matches and things like that. How was the training for you?
Great. I need to practice a lot my backhand ground stroke and my backhand volley. So now I understand what I do wrong at the moment, and so I need to practice a lot. I want to go back on the court and to practice more.
Yeah, it was a bit short. Alright, this concludes the second week of training. I hope you guys liked. Next week, hopefully we're going to play some matches or play in groups. So hopefully next week we have some tactical stuff. See you next week for the new video. Bye bye!
In the next video, we join the group class and get to see what it is to play against good players. The ball comes always faster, the technique is perfect. Check in next week to see if I can survive that.